Yo, welcome to Music is a Day Job. I'm your host, Sean, and this is sponsored by the App Concert. I'm also the CEO of the App Concert. Concert is an artist accelerator that takes artists from opener to headliner to on tour and gives the fan the best experience in live independent music. Now, today is probably the biggest controversy in the independent music game, and it's why sell tickets. And here's the piece of this. Like, the blatant answer is that this is the music business. So you should understand that it's a business. So unless you're doing it for a hobby, there has to be transactions here. And for you to have value, you need to know that I have a worth based on how many people want to see me come out. Now, let me break this down to people because people don't understand this. And there is a situation with why sell tickets to some people that actually makes sense, why not to sell tickets. But here goes the breakdown. So there's only two reasons why people don't sell tickets. And see, this is why. And one of them I totally understand, and that's why I built Concert. Okay, so they never see anything from it. So the first reason is why artists will not sell tickets is because you really never see anything from it. So you go like you start selling tickets, and then you never see anything in your career. So then you go like, why am I doing this work? Now, that's one of the reasons I built Concert is because I want you to be able to see what level you're getting. So you can get to the level of being a headliner, you can get to a level of touring, you can get to a level of just doing bigger shows in the same cities. So then I want people to understand like this is why you're getting this. See, because the music industry makes it so you can't really tell why this kid got this or why this person got this because they, for instance, may have a hookup. So then they have a hookup with this dude. So that's why they got to be on this big show, or that's why they're doing this venue or whatnot. I like to be totally transparent so an artist can see, oh, this is why this kid went from here to here. This is why this kid brings this many people. So then they're getting this benefit, and you see that blueprint to get better and better and better. And that's why you want to be able to sell tickets. But the reason you don't is because of that. Now, the other reason I don't care for it is because a lot of people are just entitled. And let's just keep it real. A lot of artists are lazy because they believe that it should just be the art directly for payment. But then, as I always say, if I go play basketball at the YMCA, should I get paid to play basketball if some people sit in the crowd? Like, it doesn't make sense because I'm just like, just because you go record a song and then you go perform it doesn't mean everyone should pay you to do it. Because at the end of the day, the only reason people are paying is because it's so dope that they decide to be like, hey, I need to support this kid because they take it seriously. So just like anything else in this world, just because I cook something downstairs, do I need to get paid like a restaurant? Just because you know what I'm saying? Like these are just things that people do. And like, if you take your craft seriously and you get it to the point, if you're a chef, for instance, you got to buy all the utensils, you got to do tons of stuff. You got to get a fan base to come to the restaurant. So you got to figure out how to get people to come eat the food that you're cooking, and then that's why people will come pay for it. But that's what you have to do with music, and people just get so entitled, like, I just deserve it, and it's not really like that. And that's why those careers go like that. So inside that entitlement for a lot of artists then becomes being lazy. And see, me as an artist for 15 years, that's the first thing I was scared of, was like, I'm not going to be entitled to that situation because I just watch people's careers just take a nosedive because they say stuff like that, and they end up like putting it online and stuff like that, and then people are like, well, I'm not booking them, and I just watched their career take a nosedive. But here's the main reasons why selling tickets is so important to you as an artist and understanding why you do it. Now, of course, for my business, as I said, with Concert, it's important because when you're doing it in a controlled platform, you're able to have a resume built and you're able to go from step to step and you can see it. Now, when you do it for like just random everybody, you have to create that blueprint for yourself, which then is based on you to be like, oh, how am I getting step to step? And then you have to prove that resume to other people to make them want to book you. So then, as I said, That's why we do concert, of course, is you want to go on concert and be able to go step to step to be like, okay, I can see where I'm moving and everything like that and understand why I'm going on tour and why I have, you know what I'm saying, like why I'm doing bigger venues, why I'm getting put on national shows, etc. And you can see it and you can understand like, I deserve this, and then that makes sense because you're this person. But here goes the 4 reasons for you as an artist of why you should always be willing to sell tickets in the right circumstances, such as this platform, or if you have a control platform that you understand how to control your career. This is why you want to be able to understand how to do this. Controlling your own destiny. That's the main one of all, is controlling your own destiny. If anybody else brings the fans to your show, any other artist or any other like promoter or anything like that, you do not control those people. So then it's basically your show is dictated on if they do it, and then that means they control everything. They control every monetary situation that you could ever do, and they could control every opportunity that you have to be in front of these fans. So then you never want somebody to control that, because if someone controls that, then basically your career moves as fast as they want it to, and they control your career. So it doesn't even make sense to even argue against it, because if you don't control your own fan base, then I can do like I can put you wherever. Like any promoter can just put you wherever, because it's just like, and then you just have to wait on your opportunity, which doesn't make sense because no one makes enough money from streams. And so you're basically betting on that you hopefully get a deal. And then if you're the 1% to get the deal, then you're hoping you can turn over fans enough so you can pay it back, so you don't get shelved for the rest of your career. So if you control your fans and you can do that, then you control your destiny with your own career. And that's very important, because you don't want to be stuck just because you just say, hey man, I don't sell tickets. That's the weirdest thing to me, because you need to be able to sell tickets to control your own destiny. Understanding what level you are as an artist, and that's, as I said, this is with the concert. When you have a platform, or you've created yourself, or you're on my platform, you can understand where you are as an artist. As I always tell people, around 150 fans is where you're worth $1,000. And no one else is going to tell you this. No one's going to be like that, because I can actually, in my formula, if you bring 150 people, you're getting paid $1,000. And then in some spaces, you're getting paid more. So it's like, that's the exact formula for this. And so that's how you know where you're really at. Now, yeah, if you're starting at the beginning, yeah, people don't get paid at the smaller levels. Like if you only have 30 fans, then yeah, you might not make money, but you can make money after. If you're opening and you're after 30 tickets and you sell 40 tickets, you're gonna make some money. If you sell, you know what I'm saying? If you're a headliner, you're 50 tickets, anything after, you're going to make some money. So then in the 50 ticket idea, and you're saying like, after 50 tickets, I make money. If I was to sell 150 tickets, I'd make $1,000. And that logic makes perfect sense. And the crazy thing is that people have such, like, I've had one artist hit me up and he was like, well, I get $2 a ticket over here if I do this. Now, let's say you get $2 a ticket and you sell 30 tickets. So that means you get $60. Let's say you sell 40 tickets with me and you get $100 because you're an opener and you sell 40 tickets. Now, the idea is to get you to the point to be a headliner. So then that's why I say, as an opener, 30 tickets, then you can make a little bit of money, because then that motivates you to get to the point of being a headliner, which says, hey, I can do 50 tickets. Then I'm going to go even further. Because once you make people feel like the comfortability of you paying them the same amount as the artist that actually works hard all the time, then you're going to make the kid that works hard all the time feel like he's not going anywhere and he's comparative. And that's not the truth, because he's working hard and making good music, versus this kid that just comes on and just does a little bit and doesn't care. So you have to separate those people. That's why we have situations in any business in this world. You have the top people and you have the people who just come into their day job. You have the people who become CEOs and you have people that just do the regular jobs. So then that's why you have to have that separation, because one person is working way harder than the other. Now, not in everything do these CEOs work way harder than everybody, because of course they've gotten there because of the connection and everything. So we skipping that. But then for jobs that people have built themselves, you have construction workers that get to the top to where they own their own construction business. You have people who have built their own apps to the point of that they went from day one all the way through to the top. And those are the people that you respect and you give them what they deserve. And that's what I'm saying with artists come from here, get to here, and then understanding where your level is. If I'm at 200 fans, I need to know that in this city. If I'm in this other city and I have 50 fans, then I need to know that. If I'm in this other city and I have 30 fans, I need to know that. So then I can see how many places I need to work on further, or places I'm not getting fans enough, so I might need to pick another city or another place, and then places that I need to just hone in on because I'm popping here. So understanding that is why if you know who you're selling tickets to and you know who these people are and how many of them you have, then you know this. The consumer interaction of it, and that's the next one, consumer interaction. Consumer interaction is you get the chance to actually talk to these people every time you're going to have them out and everything like that. And that's one of the things that consumers enjoy, is because that personal situation doesn't exist with big shows and big artists. So when you have that personal situation, that actually makes them want to come to your show just as much as they go to the big show. So then comparative, you then have more face time, which we've talked about this. Face time is one of the most important things to a consumer. That's why McDonald's is on every block. That's why Walmart's on every block. Is because every time you think of something that you might need that they actually have, you're going to think of them first. Then you would think of a place that you've never seen before. So then if you are in their face all the time and it's like, man, I'm the popping person in this area and I talk to my consumers all the time, then people naturally, when you have a show or when they see your face, they're going to naturally think, oh, I need to be at that person's show. So that consumer interaction for independent artists is very important. It is for labeled artists too, but then labeled artists, if they're too big, they can't do that. But then for lower like artists on label, it's important for them to do that too, because they're going to have to be in their face. Otherwise, you're not going to, as I said, pay that loan back and get into a good space with that label. The last reason for understanding how to sell tickets is sponsors. And one day I think I might soon talk about the idea of sponsors and how you do this. But with sponsors, they need to know how many fans you have, so then they know how many people they can get impressions from. So then when you know you have 1,000 people and you can actually move 1,000 people, so you can hit them at any time and they can wear this outfit or drink this drink or smoke this or whatever, however you're doing with whatever sponsor you're doing, you can say, hey, I can guarantee this many people are going to like pay attention to this, and they'll probably take pictures with it and everything like that. And if I know that, then that's an easy situation where you can make money outside of just the actual ticket sale. And see, a lot of people don't think like that. And that's what I did my whole career. Is half of my career, it actually turned into that, where I knew I could leverage so many of my fans and consumers because I knew them all. So then at that point, when I went to a business, I was easy to go like, yo, this is like how many people I have. You should put up like 5, 10,000, whatever like that. And then these people are consumers right around your area. So then there's a higher chance of you getting consumers that'll directly purchase your products, versus when you go on to, the radio or anything like that. These are people that are going to see this and be like, they're going to trust me and they're going to go wherever I tell them. So that's why you need to know how to sell tickets and why to sell tickets. So if you know how to do this and you can, you take advantage of it. As I said, I wouldn't do it for everybody just because you don't see any upward momentum or anything like that. But especially with concert, or if you build your own idea to move in an upward way, that's why you do this. So definitely think about that. And I hope that changes the perception of why we sell tickets as artists for shows.